welcome to Watch It Played. My name is Rodney Smith. Normally in our series we take a game, we show you how it's played, and then over the following episodes we play the game. This is not one of those episodes. This, honestly, is an ad. But it's not an ad I'm being paid for. Why am I not being paid for this? I don't know. I have to ask my agent. I have to get an agent. No, this is something cool I saw on Board Game Geek, and I thought I would share it with you guys. If you're like me, you like card games. Like the Lord of the Rings, big box card game. The only problem is, once you unwrap the wrapping from the cards, you try to put them back in the box, the insert's terrible. It doesn't keep them well organized, and then once you get some more expansions, well, there's just no room. So what you have to do is then throw out the insert, try to find your own solution for putting everything inside of the box. Turns out I'm not the only one who struggles with this. Dan over at Board Game Geek came up with his own solution for it. I saw that solution, I thought it looked really good, and I asked him if he would mind sending me a copy of his insert that he's created so I could show you guys how it works and you guys could decide for yourselves if that's something that you would like to have for your own card games. The packaging is not necessarily final, but this is how it was shipped to me. It came from the UK. Actually kind of looks like a pizza box. So inside we have some bubble wrap here, and then these are the dividers. A few of those. I think there's 15 here. And then this is the actual wood frame for the insert. So let's pull this out and take a look. So I've got everything laid out here. You can see it's going to go together with these tongue and grooves. So it's a good idea to do a little dry fit, make sure everything fits together the way it should. These pieces actually go down the center as well. And so now it's time for arts and crafts. You want to get yourself some wood glue and then start gluing it together around these edges. I'm going to go ahead and do that myself right now. I got thinking some of you might enjoy seeing exactly how I am gluing this together. I'll just do one piece to show you. So this one was just dry fit in there. I'm going to put a little bit of the glue on each side of the tabs here, like so. Not too much. The nice thing about this glue is it looks white, but it dries clear. So you're not going to see all this white gunk, thankfully. And once I've done the tabs, I'm almost finished here. This is going to press in like this, so I figure I'll put glue along the bottom edge as well. Just extra area for it to bond to. Now this is fast drying wood glue. You can get, I don't know, I guess longer drying glue if you want. It takes sometimes 30 or so minutes, but they do recommend that once you get everything together to leave it 24 hours or overnight at least. So now I'm going to push this into place, and you can see the glue is kind of gobbing out here on either side, right? And whether it dries clear or not, that's not really pleasant. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my cloth here and just rub that excess glue away. I'm going to do the same on the other side. I'm just going to keep doing that for all the different sides. Alright, so arts and crafts time is over. Everything is assembled. A little bit of glue on my fingers and a little bit of glue inside here you can see, but I just put this together. So it's going to take a little while to set, and then this should go transparent. Also, just in case anyone's curious, I use LePage Express Quick Dry Wood Glue. Not saying this is any better than anything else, this just happened to be what I saw at the hardware store and picked up. So we'll see tomorrow how this worked out, because I'm going to let this sit overnight and then resume this once it's had a chance to dry. We can see how durable it is. Okay, so I didn't quite make it. I didn't wait 24 hours. I didn't even wait overnight. According to my arm, I waited 3.5 hours. And so the glue seems to have dried, and it's very stable. I don't know really how to stress test this because normally I take good care of my things. I don't normally bang them around. I don't really want to drop it on the concrete floor. The nice thing to keep in mind, of course, is this is going to sit inside of the game box, which is going to help it hold its shape as well. But as I say, as I pull on the edges where I glued, nothing feels like it wants to give. So that's really good. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to empty out my Lord of the Rings box, and I'm going to put this inside and give you guys a closer look. Alright, so here's the insert inside of the box. Perfect fit, I've got to say. It went in really easy, but you can see it actually goes right to the edges of the box. Also, you'll notice the glue is dried, so no more of that white gunk there. And don't forget, the insert also comes with dividers. And these dividers have a little bit of a protective covering you can peel off. And then these will slip into the box. Now you'll notice the middle column here, it has more of the ridges. So you can have more dividers in here, and then also interweave that with other dividers going down along the outer columns as well. And these slip in really easily, gotta say. Okay, well let me just take a moment here. I'm gonna take all my cards and actually put them into this box and see how it looks. Alright, so here's my insert with all the cards that I own inside of it. I have the core set along with 5 expansions. Now you'll notice if you don't sleeve your cards, here's some cards here that aren't sleeved, they're going to fit into these spaces perfectly. I also have some in Dragon Shields. Dragon Shields tend to be a bit thicker, bulkier sleeves. So to fit them into the columns, I had to put them in at a bit of an angle. So obviously I'm going to lose some space here because of that. Now if you don't like that, there's an easy way around that. Here are some cards that I put into some Ultra Pro shields. And these are smaller, tighter shields, and they fit in perfectly well and just as good as the unsleeved cards. So for myself, if I want to fit more of these cards in, I might want to consider changing the sleeves that I use. But for now, as you can see, there's still plenty of room to spare. Over here, I've actually got all of the tokens. I got some of the extra pamphlets that come with the expansions. I've got the threat trackers down here, and I got the first player token in here as well. And everything goes flush to the top. So that means I can put the cover onto this box, like so. It fits on perfectly. One thing to keep in mind though, if you do sleeve your cards, because of the extra height from the sleeves, you won't be able to fit your rulebook on top of here and have the box close flat down to the top. For myself, I know the game well enough, I just use this little guide. So I would probably just include this in my box and I'd be good to go. And in case you're curious, if you do decide to include the manual in the box and you have sleeved cards, when you put the cover on, as you can see, it pretty much does go down all the way. Something I wanted to show you as well before, when I was peeling the backing off of these dividers, peeled off this one, but there's also a clear one as well, which is a little hard to notice. So if you pull both of them off, the divider itself here is very clear. Alright, well I think that's everything. Well, except for how you can get one of these for yourself. I'm going to put a link in the YouTube description below, and you'll be able to follow that link. It'll take you to Board Game Geek, where you can find all the most up-to-date information on the costs, the exact measurements, shipping, all that sort of thing. As well as they give some examples of the kind of games that have been proven to work with this insert. And for example, they give you some stats like if your cards are unsleeved, you can fit over 3,000 cards, if I remember correctly, in here. So that just gives you a sense of the capacity that this can hold. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this look. Thank you, Dan, for sending us along an early copy so we could show our viewers. Until the next episode, thanks for watching.